Hello, I'm Patrick, and welcome to Auto-Corrected. And as usual, we're going to do introductions to the left.
I'm Mitch. I like walks on the beach and cold sodas.
Hello, I'm Axeonos. I am your voice for the people, of the people, by the people.
I'm just Otto.
All right, with that, really? You're just Otto? That's what we're going to go with?
So if you haven't figured this out, Otto-Corrected was named by us because we made a pun on Otto's name. So I'm just going to call him Toto for the rest of this. And the rains is down in Africa.
Yes, the rains. I'm actually going to link that song because I like it.
Or we can call you Toot. Can we call you Toot?
Why?
Because it's a homonym, or where you mix up anagram, where you mix up letters and people's names. And yours is really symmetric. You have like the most symmetric name, like OTTO, and the O's are symmetric and the T's are symmetric. So K's are not symmetric, laterally or bilaterally symmetric. So like your name, it can be like dissected in different ways, and it's always symmetric. Anyway, Patrick, what are we going to talk about today?
Well, the format change you missed last week. How it's going to work is everybody's going to get 15 minutes or so to talk about topics of their choosing. And this week, somebody else is going to start because I started last week. And we're going to choose the person who wasn't here last week.
Okay, so I wasn't here last week. Apparently, me and Patrick were touching. And then I got some herpes, and I had to stay away for a week.
It's the good kind of herpes.
Yeah, never mind. So I apologize that we caused a scandal by touching each other. I don't know what actually was said.
I hear that every time you touch, it feels like magic.
Yes.
Well,
So, I am not going to talk about touching Patrick for the 15 minutes.
I hope not. Oh, shit, timer.
Let's record 15 minutes because this is not going to be 15 minutes.
Well, I mean, it's just got to be a rough guesstimate of 15 minutes. I just use the timer to help.
Yeah, it's a 60-minute podcast. 60 divided by 4 is, I think, 15.
I'm so glad you're good at math.
Yeah, okay. You're on the clock.
I'm pretty good at math. So, what can we talk about? Let's see. So, I could talk about 3D printing for about 15 minutes.
Please, we want people to stay awake. I mean, you could talk about 3D printing. I mean, is it really
3D printed dildos?
Nah,
that's already been done.
Are those dishwasher safe?
No, they're not safe at all. So don't 3D print dildos. They're not safe.
What if you use like Ninjaflex?
It still has ridges. I just did a class on this, and a class on Ninjaflex, and I made it pretty specific that like it's not food safe because it's hard to clean the ridges. I had a watch band that I 3D printed out of Ninjaflex, which is a flexible material that you can 3D print, and it got pretty nasty. So like after about 6 months, it got pretty nasty. So you can put that as a link, Ninjaflex dildos. I bet we can look it up.
I put that.
Makerlove.com, I think, or makerlove.net is a...
That's a thing?
It's a site that they're trying to sell the vibrator things that go in them, but you can 3D print like the different shaped dildos. We have quite a few people that have printed them out for novelties. Let's see. What about the SpaceX blowing up? I was very disappointed to see that today. That must have been a very expensive failure. But I think they're going to learn a lot from that, and they're going to make a lot of progress. But I'm really hoping SpaceX can pull through. Apparently, it was carrying a satellite for Facebook. One of Facebook's satellites to give like internet for like part of the Middle East. That's my current events because Facebook told me.
So was there anybody on board on this?
No,
No,
I think it was
they-
unmanned.
Yeah, they're usually unmanned. I hope so. I mean,
I mean,
they didn't mention anything. It just sounded like a really expensive explosion. It was a really spectacular one, though. Like, if you're gonna blow up a spaceship, that's the way to do it. But I'm all for space flight. I think Chris Carson is too. He was on last week, and he wants to go to the moon. He wants to colonize the moon. I just want to go into like near space orbit so I can experience zero gravity, see the curvature of the Earth. I would love that. I just it's so expensive now to do space tourism, and it's still like unguaranteed. So
That you live?
yeah, that part, or it's like a one-way trip to Mars. You know.
What about that colonization thing that they were going to do on Mars? Like, they got a whole bunch of people together, like, I think it was 100 people that, like, dedicated their lives. They're going to go to Mars and try to colonize.
I think that was like I'm sure that was something like what was the biosphere? Biodome. That's right.
Biodome was a pretty good movie. Pauly Shore.
good movie.
I just referenced that movie earlier.
Yeah, no, like I think everything can relate to Pauly Shore movies. Like was that the Iceman or whatever? That was that Brendan Fraser?
Yeah, Encino Man.
Encino Man. What was the one where he? Man, now I'm like.
all I remember from him is the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Oh yeah, geez,
Oh, that's from the Goofy movie.
Oh yeah, Goofy movie is good. I don't remember much of it, but I remember it's a good movie.
I'm inherently writing links down when I don't need to.
Yeah, no, everybody knows about the Goofy movie unless you're like Otto's age or something.
Or under a rock.
Yeah. What else? I think. I don't know. I really don't. I don't have any opinions. I am a stoic, like unopinionated, like out of touch person.
You could always throw out nostalgia topics. I mean,
Oh yeah, I guess this is kind of a nerd podcast. So I was watching. What's his name? Cinemassacre on YouTube, and they were doing a video on Zelda: Link's Awakening, and it was a really interesting Game Boy game because I remember playing it on my Game Boy like after school, like grade school, and it's kind of like Link to the Past, but it's has some other elements which are kind of interesting. All I remember from that game was that you could steal from the shop owner. And they'd call you thief the entire time, like the rest of the time. And then if you went back into the shop, the guy would kill you like with lightning.
so it's a lot. Like, so it sounds like it started like Fable,
It's not. It's
where
not.
you could like change your alignment.
No, well, kind of. It wasn't that complicated, but it's like a Zelda game. You have to. There's puzzles, and you have to get the things, and
Well, that's like in Fable when you kick a chicken, the whole game you get to get called chicken kicker or chicken chaser the whole time.
yeah.
What happens
There
if
are some
you
good
take
elements.
a crap on the chicken?
Chicken shitter.
I have never played Fable.
I've played 1, 2, and 3.
I don't have that much time. I think Minecraft took up most of my life for like 2 years, and then I just haven't played much video games. I've been playing Overwatch recently. I think I mentioned that earlier. Overwatch is like the new trendy game that everybody's playing, so I've been playing it too. Sorry about that. That was my phone. And what else? We can talk about the makerspace, but I think if we talk about the makerspace on this podcast, it kind of.
I think we've talked about it way too much by now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll skip over that part.
We will plug Makerspace once a month.
Yeah,
but
I mean, obviously
not
they're
every
hosting
show.
us. They're basically hosting this.
They are hosting us.
Yeah.
We would not all have become friends
Yeah,
and
exactly.
agreed to do a shitty podcast with each other.
Yeah.
So
I wouldn't have.
Although,
I wouldn't
I
have met Otto. Like we would not have known the greatness that is Otto.
indeed, he introduced me to Pi 5. I am forever grateful.
Yeah, I think we should like wait around on the comments and see if people are interested in the makerspace. Like, I wouldn't mind personally talking about how it's grown in the last years and how like a place with like 1,500 or so members or 1,300 or so members. 1,300?
Yeah.
Okay. How a space that big can run without anyone actually owning it and...
Yeah.
That's because we all pretty much contractually agree when we sign up here that we are what make it run. If it wasn't for, I believe, all four of us teaching classes, that would be a big, I guess, cutout. I mean, I'm sure eventually somebody else would step up, but it would cut out a lot of curriculum here.
Yeah. I still think, like, for this podcast, if anybody's actually listening, that, like, this is kind of like inside jokes, because, you know, we could talk about inside jokes at the makerspace and nobody would know. It's just, I don't think people have been experienced to the makerspace culture, so I guess we can kind of simplify for people that aren't, like, makerspace members. But,
Yeah.
but that's all we're going to talk about, so let's find some other subjects, like, remember VHS tapes?
Yes. I actually owned a Goofy movie on VHS.
I have the Power Rangers movie, so that was the one that they had the purple goo.
Oh, Ivan Ooze.
And what was it?
Ivan Ooze.
Yes, and Rita. Yeah, Rita and the clay dudes that, like, they would just punch once and then it would explode. Yeah, the putties. Did you do it? You should do it. Have you done the Rita cosplay?
I don't. Here's the thing.
You could totally.
You could.
I can, but they've redone Rita, and I really don't like how they redid her.
Wait, no,
really?
Classic. Dude,
She doesn't look like Rita Repulsa. She looks human. And the great thing about Rita from the old version is, one, she was done by a very kick-ass Japanese woman. They just redid the voice for the American version. And she looked like a space witch. She didn't look like... All they did was slick back her hair and add little points on her face. She looked like a space witch.
Are you talking about the upcoming Power Rangers movie? Yeah, I've seen a couple pictures from that, and she doesn't remind me of Rita at all. Like,
So I remember the robot from that. It was like some
Alpha 1.
Alpha one, and then the big green, like, Wizard of Oz guy.
That would be Zordon.
Zordon, okay. It's not bad.
She's hot. You're just saying that because she's got tits.
Is that, like, ever not the case?
True facts.
Okay. So yes.
I just don't like her because she doesn't look. She doesn't look like a space witch. She just looks like, hey, let's add a whole lot of green.
Slutty costume and.
Well, it's not a slutty costume. It doesn't strike fear or anything like that. It does not say, this is somebody who is going to kick your ass or
send a giant-sized monster to what was the city?
Actively try to be scary. What if it's just. What if they're like creepy neckbeards of Magic World or whatever?
That's kind of true.
I think that witches hold a very special place, especially with Halloween coming up and everything. They hold a very special place in my heart. And especially Rita Repulsa, how she was very intricate and detailed of her costume. With basically the old costume was perfect. The new costume is green and thorny.
Like a Ninjaflex dildo.
Yeah.
Green and thorny.
I mean, the old version, you're looking at somebody who put time and effort into something that they knew was just for a kid's show. They knew the only people that would see this are probably like 8-9-year-olds. But you had that feeling of fantasy in that.
Yeah. It was action. It was just like random, like, who.
Now it's like, let's put this woman in a outfit that shows off her boobs and breasts, and maybe tickets will sell.
Different.
And
It's the same audience. Just
It's a
grown
different,
up.
it was part of my audience. That's not what I'm into.
Oh, okay.
right.
I mean, are they going to have, was it Lord Zed or anything come out in just a codpiece?
It could. It'd just-
I mean,
Yeah.
I've grown up.
It'd be like the Watchmen. They just have this like blue naked guy just like there all the time.
What is it with people's hate for Watchmen? I love that movie.
I think it was a great movie, and it was a great comic series book,
They screwed up the
graphic novel.
They screwed up the whole basis of
There's a lot of political commentary, which
Yeah.
is the whole basis of the.
Well, the entire thing was a
Series.
political
Yeah.
commentary.
But anyway, have you seen The Watchmen, Otto?
Yeah,
What did you think of it?
I didn't really like it.
What did you not like about it? Was it too gritty?
It didn't feel like there's a certain feel I was kind of going for, kind of like 70-ish Cold War vibe mixed with some sort of film noir, and none of that came across. What came across was like very, very cliche attempts to kind of go for that. It was like a blockbuster movie. It was like a standard Hollywood
Copy
Hero
paste.
movie, yeah.
copy and paste, take someone else's work and basically throw actors and money at it, and then it comes out. I didn't necessarily feel it was a good adaptation of the.
This is not related to The Watchmen, but Kubo and the Two Strings was a great movie. That was a very good movie.
Don't give spoilers away. I haven't seen it.
No, there's no spoilers, but I can say if you like Leica films, like Box Trolls and the recent one was Coraline.
Bach Trolls was a really good movie.
It
Yeah.
flopped so bad.
Yeah, it flopped, but it was really well done. And Coraline is, I think, pretty memorable from that studio. But definitely Kubo is like one of their best works, I think. I don't know about the story as much, but the animation, the art style is amazing. Story was pretty good. I like the story as well. I think it was a really good, well done piece. But I would definitely watch it again. Like it's one of that and Coraline. I really liked Coraline for some reason. Like it's really really interesting.
I don't think I've ever seen Coraline. I
you
know
ever
what
read
it
the
is. No.
Read the book. As always, I always say read the book before you read it or you watch the movie.
I barely read the nutrition label.
Yeah, we can tell.
Yeah.
Well,
Read the book, then watch the movie.
It says total carb 46G 15%. Okay, that doesn't give the story away at all.
so.
It has my favorite character, and it's high fructose corn syrup. Captain High Fructose Corn Syrup. He's like all sluggish and sloppy, and like the cape just kind of
looks like the demigod of sloth.
And then he has to take his blood reading like every couple hours.
So you're picking on the Beatus.
Let's see what else is. I can go all into corn syrup. I could talk a whole hour about corn syrup.
We need to do I think we need to do a candy corn show for Halloween.
Watch the
Like where we just talk about the entire history of candy corn for an hour.
I feel like some really old guy has done that before.
the history.
I don't know about you, but just talking about it makes me want to fall asleep.
There's a documentary called Corn Inc., I think it is, or King Corn. I think it's called King Corn. We'll look it up. But it's a documentary about these two guys, and they get an acre or plot of land, and they farm a corn farm. I guess that's what they call it, farming corn. And then they
I am so, if you're listening to this and you live on a corn farm, I am so sorry right off the bat. Just
but it's
And
interesting.
if you're living on a corn farm, please drive 20 minutes to your nearest city and just
20 minutes. That's even too close.
Man, I've been to rural place. I can drive from here 20 minutes and get somewhere rural.
Oh yeah, no, that's DFW. But anyway, this documentary is about these two guys that like do a plot of land and corn, and what they go through like where the corn goes to, and so there's like huge surpluses of non-sweet corn, because what we eat is sweet corn. Most of the corn is just kind of like basically raw starch, and so that's where a lot of our ethanol comes from, and a lot of our high fructose corn syrup, because we have farm subsidies that subsidize a ton of corn production. And it's really an interesting documentary. You should totally watch it. I think it was on Netflix for a while, but I don't know what it's called. We're looking at pictures of Rita from Power Rangers, the original one. Yeah, that's a much better costume.
See, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can tell. Holy shit. You are in trouble by looking at this woman.
And that staff, man, look at that staff.
That'd
That
be
one-
cool.
Yeah.
Not so much. No,
I would like
She's gonna
to-
suck you, and then maybe she'll finish you. Maybe.
Why is that
Probably
on a
not.
People magazine cover?
Because
That bothers
it's-
me.
It's People Magazine who published this.
Oh no, it looks like it's Denoid Geek. Deno Geek. Deno.
Den of Geek. Wow, you really cannot read,
Hey,
can you?
can you guys believe they let me drive kids around and semi trucks?
That doesn't require reading, does it?
No,
Street
but it
signs.
definitely requires seeing.
Oh yeah, you should probably get that looked at.
Like seriously, just gander through those.
Oh yeah, those are definitely strong.
I could probably
glasses.
make that on a 3D printer.
What?
Staff.
The
It'd
staff?
take you like 12 years.
No, that's not bad.
Or you could just go get a red kickball, you know.
Yeah, make
No, I
it
can
make
make-
it out of styrofoam.
I can make that. Possibly make the wig with like stuff that you spray. And
So this
I wonder what she
this
looks
is the
like without the
makerspace.
hat.
This is the makerspace curse. Is like we see something, we're like the first thing we're thinking is I can make that, and then you look at the details and elements of it, you're like that's about $1,200 worth of components using a $5,000 machine just to make like a $25 thing that you can buy at the costume store.
$500 later, yeah, I made that. Yeah. Oh, I got the same thing. Like,
Sorry. My feet are big. They're like size 13, yo.
don't lie.
Okay,
No,
Trump.
they really are. No, I don't have tiny hands. I have Vienna sausage fingers, all right?
Yeah. Okay. Sausage. Oh my god. Have you seen Sausage Party? I don't know if
Yes.
it's worth it.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Is it funny?
Oh my god, yes.
No.
It's
No, it's
amazing.
not.
It's hilarious.
No.
I heard
Seth
that
Rogen,
they kind
did
of
they-
screwed over their animation.
Yes,
No.
they did. Yes.
Oh, that's great.
Yes, they
It's beautiful.
screwed over their animation department pretty bad. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's like A-list.
It's a
actors,
wonderful movie.
but-
Can
Okay.
you give more details about
Please take your children to it.
what they did to screw over that?
Well, for starters, a lot of the people who worked on the movie didn't even get credit.
Did they get? I mean, they got paid and stuff, right?
Chances are you're looking at a big fat zero. They reported that the people who worked on it basically had a very bad time
Yeah.
in almost sweatshop conditions and such. Yeah, no. I mean, the voice actors, they of course got paid heavily for their stuff, but
I don't think this is the only thing that's happened because remember the Life of Pi and everybody realized that the production company is about to go out of business even though they just had like a blockbuster movie. Like there's a lot of that probably going on in Hollywood. It's pretty sad, but I love special effects and I would like to be like a special effects artist in some other life, but I don't know what Patrick's writing down. Let's go to Otto because I think my 15 minutes is up.
Well,
And-
yeah, I actually reset the timer to
Okay.
45 minutes.
Yeah, well, let's go to Otto because Otto has lots to say for 15 minutes. Talk about programming, like in a way that we won't bore the audience. And get closer to the mic. 'cause I
Make it
think
like
you're kind of close.
Bill Nye mixed with Beekman's World with a little Mr. Wizard thrown in.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like stuff you should know podcasts, like research levels.
Okay. First of all, at face value, it's very, very, very boring.
Okay.
Where do I go from there? Like, I feel like no matter what you do in life, what you spend your time doing, be it like a sales position, finance, being a doctor, being an artist, or a starving hacker at the makerspace, you're going to grow in. You're going to turn into that person, and you can find basically an endless breadth and depth of enthusiasm for anything you put your mind to.
Imagine ketchup packet collectors, like getting ketchup packets from different sources and having like antique ones that like were only made like 1 year special edition ketchup packets.
Okay, so then the next thing.
But anyway,
the next thing is obviously choosing something that might be lucrative in the long run. So if you're enthusiastic about something, then maybe in a ketchup packet based economy.
That could happen.
I have Heinz 57. That's like gold.
Like post-apocalyptic.
Yes.
Like ketchup packets can. No, can. That's ridiculous. What am I saying? So, as I said, there's like an endless breadth and depth to the field of software development. You can go theoretical and start looking at the mathematics, and you can look at the. You can start looking at the computer science aspects of it. You can look at algorithmic analysis. You can look at just developing that sort of problem-solving skill, or you can go into more fringe fields like machine learning or AI. That's sort of a thing I've been interested in. I've kind of been following the hype on that, and I feel like in many ways that's the future of programming and software development.
How far are we from the movie Her?
What movie?
You've never seen Her?
Oh, I've seen her.
Her is a movie where the main character basically falls in love with Siri.
Or a computer AI.
Yeah.
I've seen Lucy. Is that close enough?
No.
No. This movie was
Lucy was actually a real person.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was a good movie.
Yeah. I didn't see it, but it had Scarlett Johansson, so I'm okay with either one of those movies.
It's got Morgan Freeman in it, too.
Yeah.
We're making advancements, not anything Lucy-like.
Okay.
Not anything like even toddler-like intelligence or anything like that.
Remember Smart or Baby Geniuses?
That was a good movie.
What we're learning is the stuff that we do in machine learning. Basically machine learning, you create a system that improves based on experience. If user interacts with it, it understands user interaction. Maybe tailors the system to act more like that user. This is awesome. Imagine being able to make tiny tiny assumptions based on how the users interacted.
We know the experiences he wants.
We call that Facebook.
Okay. Well,
but Facebook has so much data that if you could extrapolate like data from users, right? I mean, is that what you're talking about? Like,
well, it can be anything. You can move it towards the. It can be done to the ends of creating automation, creating jobs that cannot have existed before, just because hiring humans to do it would have never scaled to servicing billions of people, solving billions of these small tasks. So that's also something I'm interested in, is automating away jobs that don't exist yet through the use of machine learning. We're learning very, very cool ways to represent information and just like patterns and.
So essentially, you're taking away our jobs.
they took our job.
He took our yams.
Obviously, there are some jobs that need to be taken away just because. I mean,
Like what?
okay, think of something very, very boring and repetitive. but
Truck
still-
drivers.
Picking lettuce.
We're not
Picking
okay.
lettuce, yeah. So how fulfilling of a job do you think that is?
It's about 33 cents a head. So the more you pick, the more you get paid. So, I mean, it's kind of worth it. Why would you buy a $30,000 robot to take away somebody's livelihood?
That's not, well,
I mean, it's the same with the McDonald's kiosks now that they have fast food kiosks that are for the, because everybody's complaining about $15 an hour wages.
I mean, mind you, I'm not against the idea of robot automation and implementation across different fields. But, doing it to something such as farming, you're going to alienate, in layman's terms, an entire people and their livelihood.
What about the jobs that nobody wants to do, like used car salesman?
I would like that job.
Could you imagine being sold a car by like a robot? I mean, you kind of do the internet.
It's already happening, and I think it's a great thing because
it's like, I think it has low miles. You should give it a shot.
They kind of do. They have data. They have data on used cars. They have averages. Kelley Blue Book website is pretty much just
don't they already do that with
please.
Carfax? I mean,
Carfax is automated
information right there.
Yeah.
By the way, if you ever sell your car, please don't go by the Kelley Blue Book price. Please look up the Black Book price. That is the real value. The Kelley Blue Book price is only buyer to buyer.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Look up the price of what the guys down the street with cash will buy it for.
Yeah. That's the thing. The Blue Book price has nothing to do with what happens if you take it to a dealer.
Oh yeah, no, you get screwed.
Yeah, you.
But that's the thing is, if you
Sunday,
you automate that so that the robot is making decisions on how to screw over the customer, then who's to blame? It's nobody. You can't blame AI. They don't know. Well, they actually kind of do know what they're doing because they're sentient. But well, that's the thing. AI is not sentient. Like, it doesn't have self-actualization. Like, yeah.
No, AI right now is like a basic. I mean, I would think about it as like as a basic physics problem. Neural networks is just basically this thing flying around in like this high-dimensional parameter space, being knocked around by errors that it produces.
You mean like Skynet?
Imagine you're producing music, right?
Yeah.
And there's this magical board in front of you with thousands of little knobs on it, and you're twisting and turning these knobs and trying to get the right sound out. There's a mathematical way to guarantee that you're always going to converge on a better sound than you started with, based on some guy passing through, I guess, a signal and getting something, and comparing it to what they expect the sound to be like. What's up, Patrick? What you laughing at?
Nothing. Axie should not be on Facebook and casting it at the same time, but you know what? Don't care.
Okay. Somebody shared a Twitter thing and said, I just saw a drunk man wearing shorts chasing a squirrel through the yard, and said, I've never seen a bard level up in real life. And I just laughed my ass off.
What's a bard?
See, now that's
bard?
Impressive.
Okay. We can't just watch GIFs on.
No, we
radio.
can't. But well.
Do you ever like watch a GIF? This is an interesting phenomenon. You watch the same GIF, but you always watch it more than once.
Yes, because sometimes I want to see what's actually going on.
Yeah, but then sometimes like you just leave it on the screen and you watch it for a really long time. Like
how long are you talking? A minute?
It's almost like you can almost get tranced by GIFs. Like hamster dance. Those little dancing hamsters. You scroll down the page, and then that catchy music. Do. That's like the worst rendition of hamster dance music.
Dildo.
I think Otto's really too smart for this podcast. I don't know if he's going to be a good fit.
Good.
Well, it's a good thing that he's leaving Sunday.
We should send him to Norfolk, Virginia.
That's not what I would think of. That's like military intelligence. I'm sure somebody's intelligent in the military, but
it's funny. Of all places, I wouldn't expect Norfolk to be the. Sorry, but I wouldn't expect that to be a place for smart people to go. Sorry, Norfolk, Virginia, and Virginia Beach area.
But if you live
No,
there,
you're not.
if you live there, look up this guy named Otto that just moved there and give him a good time.
Okay, thanks.
So we're advertising your services to strangers. I don't know what your services
there
are,
are a
but
ton of military contractors out there, engineering and tech.
No, those services, yeah,
And
that's
then
what I was talking about.
There's also a lot of government stuff out there. NASA Langley's there, just a bit from where it's like CIA headquarters in Langley, Virginia.
So we're trying to hook him up with a military wife.
No, that's not gonna happen. No.
I just want to see what unfolds because, like, every time I think of like Virginia and like where all this stuff goes down, like NCIS, the show NCIS, I think isn't that based there? Their
Misery
headquarters?
Loves Company.
I love that
Maybe
book.
they're probably based in like
that video.
I don't know.
NCIS is like Navy. I think they were based in somewhere in Virginia. I don't know. Do you ever watch NCIS?
My husband watches it all the time. I
You don't know. You don't know where they're based. We can.
That's
look it
like
up.
him asking you asking him, what anime is she really into?
Oh yeah.
The one with the blue hair. Oh,
That's actually would encompass a lot.
yes.
Okay.
Culturally speaking, if we're looking at like extremes on the spectrum, in terms of like jobs related to like programming or software engineering, things I'm interested in, you can really like categorize it as very, very far towards government work, or very, very far towards like startup work, or very, very far towards like this large enterprise, corporate-y thing.
What do you think you like better?
I've never tried out the government-y work, and that's kind of what this experiment is. I'm going to leave for I'm going to give myself about 6 months to a year to see what it's really like working at an engineering consulting firm that works on government projects or NASA projects. If it's something I find really fulfilling, obviously I'm going to stay there. If not, I can always move back to Dallas or try something on like the West Coast where it's startups everywhere.
Yeah.
In fact, if you have an idea that's even remotely feasible, idea. Or
I hear that like you could pretty much like come up with some crazy idea and they'll throw money at it.
Yeah.
But how feasible is that? It's just like Kickstarter, you know. There's a lot of Kickstarter ideas that aren't feasible.
It's possibly even easier than Kickstarter. Investors go with like spray everyone with an idea or everyone that looks like they might possibly have talent behind them, and 1 out of like 100 or so will. I assume that's the way it is. I've never thrown money at
Let's think of a startup idea for this podcast, right? Of gloves for kittens. Wait, no, there was already a mittens for kittens. Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
How about a service that puts snakes on a plane?
Yes, snake delivery, like snake drone delivery, where they just drop snakes.
Teletubby dildos. Yeah. You have to wonder.
You could also do condoms that make have those greeting cards you open up and they make the little musical sound do 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 do. You could do that with condoms. Like you open up the package and then it starts playing your jam.
I think you should open it and it screams in Maury's voice, "You are not the father."
This would be great because you put a little sound chip, it's heat or body activated somehow. I don't know.
If it rips, it's got to do that really loud, old style. Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, from the ICQ, uh-oh.
Just if it rips or bursts or something like that.
Do you remember ICQ, Otto? Oh, you're too young.
What's ICQ?
You don't remember ICQ?
I don't know what you're...
It was ICQ. Get it? Okay, it was a stupid messaging program from it was... I think it kind of predates AIM, but it was around the same time that AOL Instant Messenger and Yahoo Instant Messenger were around.
It was one of those things where it encompasses all of your instant messaging.
Oh,
and stuff
you mean one of those compiler type programs.
Well, it wasn't like Meebo was later in the AIM cycle when I used to be on Messenger. Did you used to have an AOL Instant Messenger, Otto? Like, you didn't talk to your high school crush and
you didn't
over
have
AIM because you were too afraid to talk to him over.
You didn't have
phone,
Yahoo or anything.
Just email.
You emailed like girls you had crushes on, like.
Okay, so middle school, that's kind of how I did it. In high school, I guess we just like met up in real life, you know, because that's like a thing.
Oh my God, Otto's like a
People
player.
exist in a physical
Oh
space.
shit!
No,
you
we
take
don't.
them to like Waffle House or CC's.
Hell no.
I don't know. He hesitated on that one, so I have to wonder.
You take some upscale places like Denny's.
No, it doesn't.
I would have gave it up to you if you took me to Denny's.
That's such a shitty thing that exists here is that we
What,
have to
Denny's?
go eat with people. I mean, there are other ways to be social, right?
Yeah, I mean, but
There's bowling. We haven't done bowling yet.
yeah, like
I
what
suck
other
at
sport?
bowling.
What other sport in America can you be overweight? Like, there's a fan built into the equipment,
Yeah.
and nachos, and you could like
beer,
eat
yeah, you
nachos
could
and
just-
beer, and like so. If you're overweight and really good at bowling, you're probably a professional bowler.
Wait, is there such thing as an Olympic bowler?
It's not in the Olympics.
It's not in the Olympics,
Yeah, I
yeah.
hope not.
It should be a sport though. So like I like golf. I'm honestly I like golf. I've only played like once.
You've only played golf once.
Well, I have clubs.
We got to
and
go golf sometime. I golf.
I would love to, but I'm totally out of shape, and I would totally take the cart because I'm definitely
Round
not
is a
gonna
shape.
walk.
Wait, do
Yeah.
you need to be in shape to swing?
No, I mean,
No,
no,
but I mean-
but if you do it right, you really do have to have muscles
Like-
in places that you don't think there's muscles.
The way I carry my weight, like
Yeah.
swinging a club is awkward because I have like fat rolls right here. So, yeah.
I don't do the sport thing. I don't. No sport.
Like I kind of got golf. I
Although,
don't follow
I take
the
that back.
sport commercially.
I
though.
do
No.
do one sport really well. I piss off my husband.
But that's not a challenge.
I like.
Well, you got to
curling.
do it so he doesn't like scream your head off or go after you with a gun. Then you need to get the hell out of there. So basically,
This explains why you're here a lot.
yeah, it does.
I pissed off my husband.
So he's like, get out of the house.
You-
Go to the
we need to
makerspace.
have your husband on this podcast.
That would be interesting.
I'll
I
talk
actually.
to him about it,
Yeah.
but
I mean,
there's a chance that starting next week we won't see a whole lot of him. Well, we don't see.
I
You guys
him at
don't
all.
see a whole lot of him
I
anyways.
see some motorcycle for like 5 minutes and then
Yeah.
he's gone.
He drives a
And
classic
I ran
Indian
calling
motorcycle, and if you ever see it on the road with like a whole lot of leather, like brown leather and stuff like that, that's usually him. Stay the hell away from him. I want my husband to come back home, so don't like try to ride his ass or something like that.
I
That's
kind
my
of
job.
I want to get a bike again. I had one in Arizona, and it was a little starter bike. Of course, buying a motorcycle when you're 5 foot tall is not a thing that like they make easy. I've tried the shaving the seats down, like lowering the forks. Like I ended up buying a Beulah Blast, which is like the shortest bike you can get. And I loved it. I had it for like 2 or 3 years, but then I moved to Texas, and then I realized how scary Texas is. Even in my car, I have a Mini Cooper. It's a small car, and like that's kind of scary. Although I'm an aggressive driver, but like you kind of have to be to live here. Like I think in most like metroplex cities are like that. But so Otto, let's go deep into your childhood. Like, what do you remember the most about your childhood?
Let me think.
Were you really this nerdy and boring like in your childhood too, or did you like do like you play in the dirt and like like play baseball and, or were you just always a nerd? I mean, I was a nerd too, at a really early age, but I just want to know Otto's childhood.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I traveled a lot, but it wasn't by my accord. It was like my parents kind of moving around. I mean, I played video games and stuff, and I really like that. But it's like, I don't think what makes me boring.
I'm sorry for the accusation, but
No, is I think what makes me boring is that it's hard to rate and hard to like interact or like really engage with a person when they're interested in like something completely different. Like those people are hard to approach. And they're fine by themselves. Like I can be isolated for long periods of time and not really care or feel bad.
This is why he can code and I could never.
Yeah, code. It really is. It's like it is. I think coding in a way you have to be kind of isolated for a while.
Very introverted.
And this is like a new thing. Like in high school I was hardworking, but I still had like I had a pretty active social life. Even in college, did a frat for about a semester.
How did that go? I just want to imagine you in a frat. Like it'd be Revenge of the Nerds.
Did you rush?
So it didn't. Yeah, and it wasn't that interesting. Like I paid a lot of money, and I didn't get much out of it. The people were there just.
That sounds like all of college.
The only reason you get a frat or join a frat or sorority is you're paying for the network that's involved.
Yeah,
I think they're all different, but yeah, it might have been the one year in. Yeah, I mean, I had a horrible college experience, but it was a good college experience, but I screwed it up. But that's a whole nother podcast. I just want to learn more about like your like, let's say, okay, what was your favorite video game growing up as a child? Because you liked video games. Like, what do you remember the most?
Oh God.
Earthworm Jim?
No, I played Turok a lot.
Turok was which
good.
one?
I mean, name any of them.
Turok 64?
Well, I mean, there were several. There was like Turok 2, Turok 3. There was Turok Rage Wars.
I think I remember Rage Wars.
There was this weird one for the PlayStation I didn't play, but for the PS3 there was a new one, and it was pretty fun.
What do you like about Turok? Is it the dinosaurs or the?
It's just a game that I could get my hands on and then play.
Oh.
And that was about it. It was pretty fun.
Cool.
It's not like I as a kid, it's not like I can like read reviews online. Those probably didn't really exist for games.
Yeah. Yeah.
Back when I was a kid.
Imagine those kids that got stuck with Bible games for their Game Boy.
They probably loved that game.
Wait, there was a Bible games game?
Yes.
My mother bought me a 3DS how to cook game.
That sounds fun.
No, it wasn't.
Was it like really how to cook?
I would much prefer Cooking Mama. It had no games whatsoever. It was a recipe book.
That's
for the 3DS. It was literally like, here is something that is so boring, we're gonna make it into a game. It was only like $3.99 or something like that.
Yeah, but I can see the usefulness and practicality of something like that.
I cannot cook. I blew up mac and cheese.
Wait, what? Wait, whoa.
That
Back
is a story for another time.
Okay.
Today is O's Day. Or not O's, Otto Day. Sorry. O's is somebody that we lost a little while ago. Now we're
not
lost.
lost. We didn't.
He lost himself, like, and another.
He went back to Turkey.
Oh, he's not lost. We miss him, but he is.
You made it sound like he's dead.
Yeah, no.
I mean,
this is
dead to us.
This is not a
no,
wake.
He's not.
We're just mourning Otto's loss too, like of moving too for 6 months a year.
Anywhere from 6 months to a year.
You're gonna stay there. You're gonna get hooked up with some army wife, and you're gonna have like 20 kids.
I have ideas.
You're gonna name like your.
I've always wanted to start and things like that.
Yeah, but in Norfolk,
but not there. Like go to the West Coast or come back here. Come back here where you can get affordable rent and a decent metroplex, right?
See, what you need to do is find yourself in Philadelphia, maybe in the West Philadelphia. Get yourself born and raised. Maybe play some b-ball outside school. Wait till you see like a bunch of kids getting out in your neighborhood. Maybe they'll beat you up. You'll go back home. Your mom will say you're moving back to LA. You'll be fine. Yeah.
That's a great way to make it to the West Coast.
Yeah.
So a bit, yeah. I mean, I definitely wish you the best of luck because that's a new job is always a great thing to have, and especially a job that you enjoy, hopefully, and especially one that has benefits.
We'll get you a rubber ducky.
What's the rubber ducky for?
The rubber ducky is you can talk to the rubber ducky, and if you get pissed off, you can throw the rubber ducky, and it will bounce. No problem.
It sounds like a great wife.
It's like okay.
Don't throw your wife.
It's like this funny thing.
I'm married to a rubber ducky.
Somehow every programmer knows about this just because it's amusing to talk about. It's called rubber ducky debugging.
Yeah.
And the idea is instead of bugging your supervisor about every little problem, which a lot of people do when they're first starting out with coding, you talk it out with this duck in front of you.
Exactly.
Romeo, one of our members, has a rubber duck, and I've seen him actually talk to it.
My husband has a rubber
That's
duck.
not actual Romeo that we know, right?
Do we know Romeo?
No, it's the fictional Romeo we know. I'm joking.
Oh, is it actually Romeo?
No, you get a
actually
little
Romeo.
rubber ducky, and
He's
you can-
really cool.
If you
He's
get
very
stressed
awesome.
out,
Oh,
you
man.
throw it.
Romeo on this podcast would be amazing. Like, he can talk about things.
I was thinking maybe a cosplay model next week.
Oh yeah, we could do that.
Well, it was your idea.
Yeah, no, she would be good.
I was just pitching.
We'll look into it. But now for Otto's psychoanalyzing. So like Freudian. Let's do some Freudian things here.
Whoa.
What's the relationship like between you and your? Never mind.
So like another thing, another isolating event, I would say, would be that I started biking, and that's like something you can kind of do alone. You can do it with a group of friends or whatever, but then you'll have to keep up, or they'll have to keep up with you. So for some reason, people are never at the same pace or whatever.
That's how my World of Warcraft experience was too.
But back then, I was incredibly fit, and the apex of that was basically biking down to Austin.
That sounds awesome. Yeah.
It happened spring break. There was minimal planning involved, and we didn't take 35 down, which is like this huge highway.
Wait, did you actually bike to Austin from here?
Yes,
Holy crap! How long did that take?
only 2 days.
That's really good.
I like that he's so proud of that. Only 2 days.
No, that's amazing. Like I could make it like maybe a couple miles, and then I would just stop and eat a McDonald's hamburger.
An
and go back
average
home.
long-range biker gets 110 to 120 miles a day.
Austin's only.
I'm so glad you
200?
told me that. Next time I'm on Jeopardy, I'll remember that. No, I won't. I will never remember that.
It was pretty fun, and that's when I first really learned about South by Southwest. I mean, when people talk
Oh, that
about
sounds
something,
like
you
fun,
don't
yeah.
care until you actually experience it,
Oh,
and then
for
you
sure.
won't shut up about it. That's how I am
So
with things.
you probably like South by Southwest because of the web side of it, but also there's like a big partying side of it.
Dude, I just thought it was I like that people make things and they kind of show it off there.
Yeah, it's like a maker faire that's like more hipster. Like
So there are musicians that spend like 8 to 10 hours a day practicing or whatever, or
Yeah.
there are artists that spend a lifetime perfecting their thing.
It's
And they
awesome.
all go to this area. The partying part has never really been like a big thing for me. It's been just like being around
That's how long we have.
that stuff. We've snuck into a film festival event. We did jump fences and whatnot when we were down there.
oh, that's awesome.
We didn't really have any structure. We didn't bike back, of course. We took we rented a.
Oh god, yeah. You imagine biking because that's kind of uphill, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
Austin's kind of downhill, kind of. Well,
Yeah.
it's
Well, I mean,
peaks, but
if you talk about like
overall,
how far off
Yeah.
you are from sea level, Austin's definitely closer.
Yeah.
It's overall a downhill ride.
yeah. I'd like to do that. If I was in shape, I might like take a bicycle in the form of a motorcycle. But
You can get in shape in like about 8 months.
yeah, sure.
Okay, so now that
This is like montage happening. Like we're gonna have Rocky theme music going, and 8 months later, I'll do a podcast about how I got in shape because Otto said so.
Don't believe that. So now that we have that out of the way, Patrick, your turn.
Shit. So,
Are we
one of my
actually at time
favorite
right now?
no, we're
Okay.
we're gonna just keep it rolling tonight since it's Otto's like last hurrah.
I just want to hear Otto talk some more. He has a pretty sexy voice.
Well, I haven't talked in a while. So
Yeah, your voice isn't that good.
okay.
So, Otto!
Unless you have something to prime him with.
I was gonna talk about Cowboys of Moo Mesa.
So, Otto!
That's a great show, by the way.
What is that?
Was that the one with the cowboy? Like it was in a cartoon. in the
Yeah,
90s?
it was the Cowboy Cows.
Yeah, I remember that.
They
I remember
lived
the
on-
video game,
They lived in Little Texas,
the arcade game.
which is a shitty band.
Wait, Little Texas?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, that's like every small town in Texas, which I think is what they were basing off of.
Right.
Anyway,
Also, Biker Mice from Mars.
Didn't we already talk about this
I don't
I
know.
think so.
2 weeks ago?
Okay.
Fuck.
Actually, do you have any last words for
So-
Otto? Because he's gonna drop off the face of the earth apparently.
So, Otto, now that you have something here as a staple for us, Auto-Corrected,
Okay, gotcha.
basically your namesake, is there anything you wish to tell our listeners about yourself?
No.
I actually was thinking if we need to have you decide what our name should be going forward because Auto-Corrected is going to be awkward without Otto.
I'm actually flattered. People will. I don't know.
I mean, we could just call it corrected, but then like there's no context to that.
Yeah.
I think it should stay auto-corrected, basically, with or without auto.
What about Butterbeard?
No!
What? Okay, I won't go into this, but I mean, Otto doesn't have a beard, so he doesn't qualify.
He did yesterday.
No. So,
Oh, you shaved? Oh, okay. I don't know if you shaved. You probably just were growing that out for 5 months, and that's all you got.
So I'm going to talk about something really important here. Basically, I don't know if anybody has heard about the YouTube policy that has changed now, that if you are a YouTube celebrity, let's say Philip DeFranco or Markiplier, if those names ring familiar, now YouTube is cracking down on the videos, and if you are too flamboyant with your words, they could take away your sponsorship.
Wait,
You
they're
mean-
they're cracking down on people that are flamboyant.
Flamboyant with their words.
Oh,
You mean
Like-
fuck?
Exactly.
yes.
We don't have sponsorship.
Wait,
so
we're on YouTube, right?
We are on YouTube, but we don't have any.
Oh, that's right. We're making negative money with this.
You don't
podcast.
understand. I actually do have a partnership.
With who?
YouTube. I'm a YouTube
So-
partner.
Yeah, but they're not going to crack down on us. 'Cause
No,
we're not going to get more than 2 views.
We're not even that big. Trust
Have
me.
you looked at the other videos?
How many views do we have?
It's
Two.
not bad.
Maybe 3.
100,000 or so.
We don't have 100,000.
No,
I'm kidding.
no.
But no, it's not bad.
I'd be like,
for
where's
a-
my check?
for a foot? Yeah, because I got that. Let me just cash that in the First
The
National
moment
Bank
we
of
have
YouTube.
the rewind YouTube video, once we are in that, then I'll believe have made it. But no.
I think the only way we can get on YouTube is if we do reaction videos, or we do the stupid like clickbaity like 10 countdown things.
You know,
Yeah.
why don't we just get one of those 360-degree cameras, put it in a chair, and make it feel like the person's actually there with the discussion? Like, that'd be a
Oh,
kind of
good
cool
God.
experience.
Why can't we do that?
It's just gonna turn into porn for me. I mean,
Bound chicken wow wow.
yeah, like okay, so 360 porn. I can go on that another day, but the YouTube violations of I saw a video that was like really satirical about it.
Yeah, I mean, like big YouTube celebrities who do nothing more than talk about like the news, but because they use flamboyant language like calling somebody a douchebag of the day, or calling someone stupid, or using terms that would upset somebody's feel-bads.
Oh. So we're creating a YouTube safe space.
Pretty much.
I mean, I think if people use that sort of terminology in general, their opinions shouldn't really be rewarded with that one. They have a viewership of like, what are they? I don't know if they're getting anything out of it.
They should have a checkbox on like YouTube settings where it says trigger warnings are allowed.
I don't know. I mean, you sign up. You can basically turn off the computer. You can go somewhere else. If this is hurting your feelings,
you can go to
there's
Vimeo
an
where
X
there's like
button
better
right
stuff.
on your your internet browser. You can basically click on that, and no more feel bads.
It would get us to shut up too.
True.
But you can go to Vimeo. Like Vimeo has much better content than YouTube.
It's just the
they're more artistic there.
That they put up there. These are things that they put up there through their own time, their own energy, and for YouTube to say, you know, you used words that could hurt somebody's feelings, we're going to take away or not allow you to get more fundage or something like that.
Yeah.
The problem is we're trying to make everything PC and make everybody feel fuzzy and happy. That's why we have things like participation trophies and safe places. And, you know, people were winning cases and things over slander. Even when I was growing up, and I'm not that old, things like this didn't exist. You know, not everybody on the team got a participation trophy for showing up.
Yeah.
The winners get the trophy. And there's an MVP. And that's the way life is. It's shitty until you learn how to win.
What is the point of trying out so hard if everybody gets the same trophy?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just be like Donald Trump. Just be winning all the time. Winning.
No, that's Charlie Sheen.
No, they both say the same thing. I really think it's basically Charlie Sheen's like puppet trying to be like.
Nah, I think it's Zap Brannigan in Donald Trump attire.
But that's like slap in the face to the original guy that was based off
So
of.
is Google or YouTube or whoever, are they actually exercising this, or are they just
Probably the most popular people that had sponsorship.
It's the people who flag the videos that should realize that if this is upsetting you, go elsewhere.
You kind of like the whole Justin Bieber baby and the Rebecca Black Friday and those videos. They got flagged so many times, like especially the Rebecca Black one. It got flagged so many times, and there were so many death threats in the comments. It got taken down. I mean, don't get me wrong. I fucking hate the song, but
Friday.
Gotta get down on Friday. Looking forward to the weekend.
Okay, now it's fun to sing, okay?
See, now we're gonna get flagged because somebody's gonna flag us and they're gonna find this 20 hit video that's our podcast and then flag it because they're gonna get this far into the podcast that they're gonna be like, they made a offensive comment. But I mean, think about it. We have half the internet is probably like hate sites for something. Because people can open a website.
Otto, are you trying to escape?
Why are you packing up, Otto?
I've got to be somewhere in 5 hours.
Okay, well, let us do our...
So how many minutes do we have left?
We have just a few more moments.
Just sit down. We'll wrap up with our end. Oh, what the fuck is that?
I have a monster in the fridge if you want it. If you want to stay up for the next 5 hours. The monster will get you through.
Well, for a second, I thought you meant like...
That monster on the screen? Yeah, no. An actual monster.
What does monster have in it?
Chlorine and
taurine.
taurine and corn syrup and caffeine and...
So, we don't have the rights to this song, but fuck it anyways. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry to the very few people on this list. Otto, I'm sorry.
Okay.
So sorry. I'm sorry to biodegradable filament and dildo makers. I'm sorry to Biodome.
Hey.
That was a good movie. But right now, no. I'm sorry to our listeners that you had to listen to this and just go, what the fuck?
Thank you, 20 viewers that are watching this.
I'm sorry to Power Rangers. It was an awesome, awesome series, but I don't like your new Rita. I'm sorry to Pauly Shore. We still love you, wherever the fuck you are. I'm sorry to those who are not imagining Lord Zed in a Speedo or a codpiece, because, goddamn. I'm sorry to people with diabetes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'll be with you guys soon. Like, just give me another 10 years.
I'm sorry to corn farmers.
Those subsidies make your living much better, I'm sure.
I'm so sorry to sausage party animators.
Yeah, no, they really deserve it.
I'm sorry to lettuce pickers, especially those who are trying to have other people take away your jobs. I'm sorry to
we're trying to
Soga.
automate that.
I'm sorry to Michiko Soga, who, if you don't know, was the original Rita Repulsa. Oh god, she was good. I'm sorry to Hamster Dance. I'm sorry to Norfolk, Virginia. You're about to get somebody in your own home. I'm sorry to childhood activities, especially the ones that we did not play. I'm sorry to boring people, especially Otto.
Okay.
And I'm sorry to O's in Turkey. We love you. We miss you. And I'm sorry once again to Otto. We love you. We'll miss you.
Aw.
Oh, thank you.
So, thank you very much for listening yet again. Signing off, this is Patrick.
This is Mitch.
This is Axeonos, your voice of the people.
This is Otto.
And
The most abrupt end to a podcast ever.
we hope to see.
Links in the doobly-doo.
Yeah, like 3 this time.